Just like the Khemetians, the ancient Igbo also believed that everything one is looking for in the universe is inside the body, because our body and the universe are one and the same. There is nothing different between us and the universe of light. We are just like the universe of light. The whole universe is covered with light. For us to have a deeper view of the universe of light, we have to look within us. Just like the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Igbo believed that everything one is looking for is within. IME. The IME, which is the realm of Elu and Allah, is the root of all things. IME is the inside of our etheric body. The ancient Igbo knew how the human biological systems were made without using microscopes, and they went ahead to put it on record. The artifacts and proverbs, the Magnum Opus of the Igbo antiquity, exists in the Igbo language. The Igbo ancestors were not ordinary humans. They were gods and goddesses that were well in tune with the universe of light. Their eyes were transparent. They could see beyond matter. Akonuche is esoterically the light within the mind. Akonuche. Akonuche. Oko nauche. The enlightening of the mental. Enlightenment. Ako sense, which is light, and uche is your cosmic mind. Uche na abia nisi. Cosmic thoughts does not dwell in the mind. It comes and goes. So to maintain this, one must exercise the mind so that it will create a spark. Your mind is like your car engine. If you don't change your oil, your car will knock engine. Akonuche opens your third eye, which is anyanwu, and through the third eye you become Madetegete, Mwanyele, Mukele, infinite force. The most iconic and sacred Christian symbol is a code of serpent science. The most iconic and sacred Christian symbol is their cross. NKWO, serpent science. NKWO, Nka means science in Igbo, the arts of Agwo, serpent science. Repent, R-E, pent is air pent. That is serpent. Add S at the beginning of reverse ray and add S, you get serpent. Air equals ray. ER equals RE and pent. Fertility and ray bed. Historically, serpents and snakes represents fertility or a creative life force, which is known as EKENE. Snakes shed their skin through slaughtering. They are symbols of rebirth, transformation, immortality, and healing, known as Uworo, Buworos, Uworobos in Greek. Eke means sun in Igbo, and Anwu means sun in Igbo. Anwu means eternity, infinitum. Eke means creativity. Serpent, a symbol of eternity and continual renewal of life. The word Uworobos, I decoded last year. The word Uworobos I decoded last year as Uworobuworo. The word Uworobos is literally a mispronunciation of the Igbo word Uworo. The act of snakes shedding their skins. Igbo people would say, Agwo na-ewu uworo ka mmadụ, meaning human skins shed like snake skins. Truly, Uworobos is the Igbo word Uworobuworo. The ancient Igbo were masters of serpent science, and they taught the Greeks serpent science. Ancient Igbo mystics, god-men and god-women of ancient Kush-Khemetian introduced serpent science to the Greeks. Uworobuworo translates by the Greeks as Uworobos. in their own sound flux system. It is important to note that ancient Igbo knew how the human biological systems were made, their functioning, and how it reflects on human behaviors. Agwa, agwa, agwo. It is known that Uworobos came from ancient Egyptian iconography. The Uworobos entered Western tradition via Greek magical tradition, which they also learned in Kemet. The Khemetians were children of the Igbo ancestors. The Greeks often add letter S at the ending of every word they learned from Kemet. The word Uworobos equals Uworo, Buworo, the shedding, that is the shedding, the snake, EKENE. Is the snake shedding their skin, also meaning the same thing to the ancient Greek and Kemet. A secular symbol depicting a snake swallowing its tail as an emblem of infinity, renewal of life. That is what repent and the science of salvation is all about. Uworo. The Igbo word for the human brain is Ovoro, Ovoro or Oboro. B and V interchanges in various Igbo dialects. This word is concealed of two Igbo words. They are Ovo and Uru, or Obo and Uru. There are no Igbo words that perfectly matches any English word, mainly because Igbo is incredibly older than English. The English realm of existence is not the same as the Igbo realm of existence. Igbo is aboriginal, English is not. For example, the word Oboro or Ovoro doesn't literally mean brain. The word is explaining what the brain does. The way that the ancient Igbo name a subject is often through what the subject does or the outcome of what that particular subject will become. In the case of Ovo, Oro, it is explaining what the human brain does. Ovo means rush in terms of light flame. It is the sparkling electric, the sparkling light of the human mind. The human brain is sparkling just like the sun. The texture of both the sun and the human brain are rushing, which is Ovo. Oro means Uru, means benefits or outcome. The human brain is the architect, Ovo, that produces Uru. Thus, the primordial Igbo said that the human brain is Ovoro and Oboro. All the mysteries are hidden inside the words. The primordial Igbos were able to record this because they saw the brain of the living human. They were able to see the living brain of a human because they were gods and not humans. So the human body is just like the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and our body, our soul is the mother, and our mind and the father is just basic knowledge. But our neck is like a shoe or teflon. A shoe or atlas in Greek mythology, atlas. So these are the two communicators. The communicators is Ifejuoko, communicator. Ifejuoko is our neck, communicating. Olu, the Igbo word for neck is Onu. Onu. That's the neck. So we transfer information. Every morning the sun rises from the soul all the way up to the mind. So we are from Nu. Nu, Onu. The word Nu came from the Igbo word Onunu. Onunu. Onu. Onunu. Onu goes up to the sky. So everything starts with the soul, the primordial mother, our heart. That's where everything starts. And then it goes up and it comes back just to communicate. The human body is a direct representation of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. The soul which is the heart, and the mind are a representation of the tree as well. The heart is the root and the mind is the outer part of the tree. Together they are uche, n'obi, ezinụlọ, ụbọchị na abalị, ede na ji, nwanyị na nwoke, ọma na chi, enu na ala, akọ na uche, akọ n'obi. Akọ n'obi is an ancient Igbo name and modern Igbo name as well. It literally means intuition of the mind and soul. Mind and soul. Having the knowledge of good and evil isn't having the knowledge to mistreat or kill people, but having the knowledge of your capabilities, knowing your capabilities in nature, and knowing that there are consequences for all that you do, and knowing how to use those knowledge. Electric shocks us, but we use electric. Battery kills us, but we cannot really do much in the modern world without battery. This is how the knowledge of good and evil works. The Genesis God is a direct representation of the usurpers of the earth, those that are governing the mental of the masses. Government is the governing of the mental, governing the mental state of the masses. Those that are governing the mental of the masses with lie-coded principles. The usurpers that want you to eat from all trees but except the tree of knowledge of good and evil. For the day you eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, that day you will die. The snake at the garden is historically represented in NKWO. NKWO is Nagwa, Naga, Negus. That's NKWO, the mother of all infinite knowledge. And she promised the couple that they will not die if they ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. When they ate from the tree, surely they did not die. Which means that the usurpers lied. Those governing the mental state of the masses, they lied. Wisdom doesn't kill, it saves life. Having the knowledge of good and evil is the essence of having the knowledge of yourself. Knowing your capabilities, knowing what you are capable of doing, knowing the nature of your beingness, knowing the nature of the universe that is you. The Genesis God lied to his creation. Just like the government lies to those they are governing. For the day that the masses gains nature knowledge, that would be the day the governing of their mental becomes irrelevant. Genesis 3:2. The Genesis God said, "The man has become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not eat. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever." The skull and bones numerology number is 322. It is because those that are governing the mental of the masses are the same people that created the Abrahamic books, a book that doesn't really give them the essential nature knowledge. The governments that created the dream world doesn't want the masses to gain nature knowledge because it leads to the freedom of the governing of their mental states. This is why the serpent, Eke, is always demonized, because the serpent is a representation of nature knowledge. It was Eke that gave enlightenment to the world. This is why Eke means snake, light, and creativity in Igbo, because Igbo ancestors were masters of serpent science. This is why those that are governing the mental of the masses created the concept of hell and added it in the lie-coded books, because they want the masses not to ever gain the truth about nature knowledge. They want the masses to remain in perpetual bondage. This is why churches, mosques, and synagogues doesn't pay tax. The churches, mosques, and synagogues don't pay tax because they are all tools that are being used to govern the mental of the masses away from being free to think and infinitely explore. The word hell derives from the Greek word helio, which means sun. The word traces back to the Igbo evening sun god known as Hele, E-L-E or Heli, because Igbo taught the ancient Greek serpent science. A human being is made up of sun and water. Hell is not a place where people are burning alive. When a human being dies, the soul leaves matter. The soul is made up of fire and water. Hell is the descendant of Heli, Hell. The sun descends down after his work on earth. We call this Ndeli, Ndele, Ndeli. Eli is Ella, the primordial ancient god, sun god of the Igbo. Fear is a con and troll created by those governing the mental of the masses. Just like Jesus. Jesus is actually the Son who finished his work on earth and descended down into the womb of the primordial mother just to recharge and resurrect again the next day. The character Jesus was depicted in the Roman manifestation of Harrow of Hell, where he was resurrecting people in hell. Even Atom was in hell. The point is that the hell is him as he is also the hell, elevation. The hell is the elevation, elevation. In Bible allegories, both the Jesus and the Lucifer were called the morning star because their sun, the star, is sun. Stars are lights, mapando, sparkling life. Stars are suns. If the masses had the knowledge of good and evil, which is nature knowledge, they wouldn't fear anything called hell because fire is part of the ingredient that makes a human being a soul. Madabo EKENE ORIE, Okona Miri. The human soul is made up of fire and water, Omanachi. The equilateral cross is the key to heaven below the earth and above. IME-ANA. It is the X on our side. It is the X on Salvador Mundi, along with the hand sign. The equilateral cross is also the key that opens Obichukwu, the temple of God, the gates of God, the realm of God. The equilateral cross is Eke, Orie, Afonkwo, the four elements. What you are looking at is 4 sevens. The 4 represents foundation, fire, water, air, earth. And the 7 signifies completion. 7 signifies completion in many shamanic cultures. This is NCB, and the Westerners took it and used it to signify solar time system. Then later the Nazi adopted it for their hate emblem. This sign has nothing to do with hate. This is 4-7. It is the major code for the foundation of the dream world, the solar world. The dream world functions through solar time system. American independence is on the 4th of the 7th month. The UN plotted to create Israel in 1947. The word English equals 7-4 in the English ordinals. That is the reflection of 4-7. The word France equals 4-7 in the English ordinal. The word time equals 4-7. Banks 4-7. 7 is the upside down of letter L, and 4 plus 7 equals L even. That is because L is of 1. L is 1 of the 0. The 1 that came out of 0. The sacred number of Chukwu is 10. Akofu. 10 is the sacred number of Chukwu. That is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. 01 is the sacred number of Nnechukwu. 0 is the mother that gave birth to the 1, and 10 is the sacred number of Chukwu. This also makes a cube, which is Saturn. Think of the Kaaba. The way the Kaaba architected the two religions, Islam and Christianity. When the Kaaba unfolds, it makes a cross. Cross equals 7-4. When it is folded, it is a cube. The folded one is the hidden God, El, and the unfolded one is the today's sun. The geometric shape of Obichukwu in Igbo astronomy is a cube. Obichukwu is Elu. In Igbo language, Chukwu is Elu, and the wife is Allah. The sacred geometric shape of Obichukwu is the quadrangle, which is like a box, and the box makes an X or an equilateral cross. The seen sun and the unseen sun, Saturn and the modern sun, all these symbols signify solar time system. The unseen sun is more of lunar. Esoterically, this is a cyclone. Or you can say that this signifies the illusion of time, and you can also identify this as a stylish version of the equilateral cross, which I have told you guys that it is the key to the 7th or 8th heaven, which is your 7th chi in your agwo. The 7th chi energy is Elu, which passed through your third eye, Ele. The 7th is Chi. The mother is Nnechi. The first 0 to 7, and the 8 is Nnechi. Basically, your return process in base 8 mathematics, 0 to 7, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 would be 0 and the 7th would be 6. So 0 to 7 in base 8 mathematics, 0 isn't valueless. Basically, the 8 is your return process. Whatever that is, moving the motion of the sun is a Nechi, Mother Nature. So the Nazis adopted this symbol for their blue eye, blonde hair, Aryan race, World War II propagandas. There's no Aryan race or master race. Any species of humans that consider themselves as the master race is very sick and part of the major problems our world is facing today. Just like the Jews who created the chosen people propaganda with their fraud books, running around the world using the fraud book to usurp people's land, and karma will soon get a hold of all the deceitful fools. Oh yes, karma is real. You will reap every single seed that belongs to you.